50 reasons why we still love Hollywood, apparently. First up, we're the capital of drag. What can I say? If you can't get the women to wear dresses, I guess the blokes will have to do. That's certainly what Daniel Craig seemed to think anyway.
It's not just about money and power. We're afraid to walk the streets at night, even more afraid to return to our own homes.
No, this is probably my second favourite article of all time, beaten only by the Amazon expose, also done by the Hollywood Reporter. This article had my favourite part of saying that Jennifer Sulky was famous for the impolite term being star banging. When you've got to get through 50 reasons, this article has something for everybody. Whether that be stealing property from somebody who earned it, the education board took it from him by eminent domain, or how they brag about we give an award for everything, which by definition includes the things that don't deserve one. You know who that hurts? Nobody. Nothing brings out the stars like some self-congratulatory hardware.
Think about your groin area.
Celebrities love a participation trophy. Participation awards include things like the Just Chatting Award, or Favourite Celebrity Pet, and everyone hates us, so we must be doing something right. Now, some people would think that by definition, that means you're doing everything wrong all of the time if everybody hates you, but not in Hollywood. No, in Hollywood, if they think you pump out propaganda for the alphabet diversity, inclusion, equity obsessed tree huggers who hate guns so much they can't even handle one full of blanks, and if there's one thing we can confirm about Hollywood, is that they definitely don't know how to shoot blanks, even when at their age they should probably know better than to do otherwise. The hate seems so strong, so pervasive, that when Florida tried to increase its popularity by going after Disney, they learned what real hate is. I don't really know anything about that, but I would suggest that it might have something to do with having no charisma and wearing high heels. No, I'm not talking about Daniel Craig again.
Every year, 70 million girls are deprived of even a basic education.
Leanne, Tony, check your two balls very carefully.
He would have at least admitted it. Like so much else here, Hollywood has the fake kind of hate. That's right, folks. Everybody secretly loves Hollywood programming. I mean, I do, but I think I'm a bit of an exception.
And if I have to explode the engines and rupture this world and damn us all to hell, then I will!
People claim there are no more movie stars, even as they see anything Margot Robbie is in. This is Hollywood just being on the periphery of knowledge. That is, men like looking at attractive women. It's like rediscovering Atlantis over there, isn't it? Things we knew for thousands of years. But now the Zoomers are here and they're going to act as if they invented it. And actors are self-congratulatory blowhards, even as they watch the award shows. Like, I'm sorry? I don't know if you've looked at the Oscars ratings recently, but that is definitely a downward trend. And yes, there does seem to have been a bit of a resurgence over the last few years. But I can't help but wonder if people are just tuning in to see who's going to call Will Smith's wife bald this year.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
Or in the case of the Golden Globes, desperately hoping the presenter has the balls to roast him again this year.
A movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it.
Spoiler alert. He didn't. In fact, from what I could see, they were in Taylor Swift's purse.
Fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Let's not sugarcoat it. 2023 was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year. Due to the strikes, because people in Hollywood don't know how business works, to the layoffs, because people in Hollywood don't know how business works. This all led to even superhero movies like The Marvels tanking. Even like The Marvels. This was a movie that starred somebody nobody likes, somebody nobody knows, and a show that nobody watched. And yet, even that movie tanked. They're going to use the word even a lot in this article, despite there being absolutely nothing special about what they say. If that is as far as your imagination can stretch, I can understand why you're impressed with Hollywood. For instance, name another city that attracts so many talented, ambitious, hopeful young artists. Even TikTok stars. Yes, even TikTokers might be found in Hollywood. The most extreme of example you could have imagined. Hollywood is unlike any other place in the world, and that's a good thing. Believe me, you do enough damage, we don't need a second one of you. We give social media something to fight about that isn't politics. I'm sorry. Everything Hollywood does is politics. Disney literally have multiple pages about it, and how they are cramming it into literally everything that they possibly do throughout their entire company. They come up with graphs about it. Even how they're forcing it into their board of directors. I can't imagine why nobody in the company knows what they're doing. Then we built it into the Oscars and the safety of Alec Baldwin's set. But no, we promise We're neutral. Movies have told us how to love, how to die, how to dress, how to behave. Your state has an app for people to mark the location of crap on the streets, and you think you can teach others how to behave. Right. You still microwave tea. Are movies still vital to our lives? Are they still at the core of our cultural life? Do they matter? Stories will always matter to humans. It's literally how you pass down values from one generation to the next. You're just not going to be the guys doing it. The main problem is people don't want to pass down evil to their kids. Waggy as that idea is. Even the streamers have started to falter. Here we are with that even again. Disney Plus literally never been profitable throughout its entire life. Currently has total losses of $11 billion it's going to have to make up for before it turns a single cent in profits. But even the streamers have started to falter. Back again to bragging that a guy couldn't invest in the area, he vowed to develop another property in my style and manner. It never happened. This guy could bring hundreds of millions of dollars to the local area and create jobs. We wouldn't let him do that. I'm sure the plebs thank you for your high standards. Even mega influencers really want to act. Why? 90% of long-form creators have the aspiration to appear in film and TV. Well, I think I've blown that chance. I may have torpedoed my shot there. A creator could be making on a brand deal or just monetizing through YouTube may be drastically higher than what they could be making as an actor on a TV show. That actually reminds me of something an actress said during the strike.
Anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 or 8,000 an episode. Maybe that sounds great.
Although having seen a performance on Picard, I think she was overpaid.
Say I cobble together 2 or 3 guest stars a year.
So after bragging that everyone really wants to act, why would they bother? Well, you may potentially only make it so long as a creator. So to really expand your lifetime as a career, you need to be thinking about how you can also transition into traditional forms of entertainment. Yes, I really need to be thinking about how I can expand the lifetime of my career so that I can have Hollywood job security, like we had in She-Hulk or Willow. Yes, why would anyone want the risky job security that requires you to entertain your audience when you could trust your job security to a talentless hack writer with a chip on their shoulder?
I am so sick of rich guys like you not only not realizing how much is handed to them because of their lazy entitlement and fragile egos.
That's far more predictable, in that you're definitely going to get cancelled after one season. Speaking of getting cancelled, Hollywood always adapts. Eventually, Hollywood is the most fragile and powerful industry in the world. Pompous and full of their own self-importance as well, by the sounds of it. Always ending, re-becoming, but only when a gun is to its head. Hollywood is basically scared. Always. For all the talk of ego motoring the industry, I don't know what could possibly give people that impression.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
The Star Wars fan base really seems to be the most kind of toxic.
You're no Star Wars fan in my mind.
All of the people were angry.
Those people really wish that we could get it to you guys, but we need to stand on the right side of history.
People that we need to educate, love into awareness.
Love them in the right direction.
Snakes, of course. I never met an executive who wanted to be first, who wouldn't cop to being wrong. Are you sure you're in Hollywood? Because the list of people who wouldn't cop to being wrong seems to be everybody. Morality. This is America. We give the people what they want.
I cannot even believe those words just came out of your face towards my face.
The people wanted Henry Cavill as the Witcher, and he had to ask for more lines because the creator was obsessed with Siri. If there's one thing that we know Hollywood doesn't care about at all, it is giving the people what they want.
At the end of the day, this is a story of representation, and it matters.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting another Rey Star Wars movie. The director wouldn't be a deranged lunatic, and you wouldn't have Snow White crapping on Snow White.
Make it make sense.
Saying that Hollywood always adapts might be the strangest of the 50, because before, Hollywood has never deliberately filled its ranks with people who are entirely incapable of performing any of the jobs required, and been proud of it.
What are you going to do to stop the crazies?
In Hollywood, we watch and wait, and then amputate. That only works if the rot is in one limb, and hasn't travelled throughout every single part of your system, even into your board members.
So, what do you think?
I think it's a beautiful lie.
The motion picture is the greatest means of mass communication ever devised. No, that's the internet. Nothing is ever going to top it, and frankly, nothing ever should. I mean, it's already been topped by television, books, anime's kicking its arse. Actually, if you ask me for entertainment that beats movies, I would say it's most things, actually. It's pretty much spiritually essential. Mate, if you're getting your spiritualism from Hollywood, you're gonna need an exorcism.
What I care about is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place audience is people who care about looking good while doing evil.
You're pure evil.
And you're just another man taking credit for a woman's work.
As long as Hollywood produces a product that's better than what we could make on our iPhone, then there will still be an audience. Yeah, if we have the lowest bar possible, maybe we'll still beat it eventually. And if you ask me if I want to go to the cinema today or watch YouTube, I'm going to be watching YouTube. So I'm not sure you've even hit your very low bar. I do despair that new threats are forever on the horizon. The emptying of theaters, the intellectual and emotional laziness of the algorithm audience. That's you. This is a guy that goes, oh, Hollywood always adapts. We know when you need to amputate and change. Oh, by the way, our audience are intellectually and emotionally lazy. You have learnt nothing, as you are still insulting the people that you need.
Who are you? What is going on?
Our lack of visionary leadership. How about you respect your pissing audience? George Lucas has a museum. We have photographers. Congratulations, mate. A load of people walk around Hollywood with a mobile phone in their pocket. You too can take a black and white photo because you think being pretentious is art of the moment that you crashed your car because you were off your face on whatever the latest trend is in Hollywood. We're the real fashion capital. This ought to be good. I've always said it. New York, Paris, and Milan, they may have the shows, but the most iconic images of fashion worn off the runway are exported from Hollywood. Are you really sure you want to present celebrity fashion as a good thing? You do realize that people have eyes. We've got Bob Iger here, CEO of Disney, who is bragging about the power of one great idea, because he's only had one idea his entire life. The dynamics of our industry have created challenges. Yeah, you've created most for your own company, mate. A fanboy can become a star. I'm pretty sure they mean a shill. I don't know who this guy is, but when they call him a celebrity mega fan, he's now a writer, podcaster, go-to Hollywood influencer, social media star. The most valuable hype man in the history of television. I don't think it's the job of anyone on social media to be your hype man. It's their job to be authentic and honest. If you're going out there and just going, I love everything, then are you really providing any hype? Aren't you just disappointing a load of people because you literally love everything? If you love everything, you either have low standards or you're lying. No, boy, if you try really hard and just pretend to like everything, you too, as a fanboy, can become a star. You might even get a couple of celebrities following you, and the only thing it will cost is your integrity.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
Some guy walks among them. People here have become the people they're pretending to be. Literally, fake it till you make it. But in this case, it's faking being a person. It's no wonder most of Hollywood can't human correctly. Why in the movies, all the good people are evil and all the evil people are good. They literally fake being a person until they become one. Maybe the robots have already taken over. In a town fueled by artifice, there's plenty of constructed personalities. Vanishingly few people can transcend type and become iconic, real-life originals. Could just be yourself. Now, this is Hollywood, so most of them, if they were themselves, would be horrific.
Snakes.
You could try. You're supposed to lie on camera, not in real life. We get do-overs. I really hope you're not going to say you can do remakes of movies. The standard wisdom is Hollywood remakes rarely improve the originals, and there's certainly no shortage of examples to validate that. It's great that we can do remakes, and it always makes it crap, and that's a good thing, apparently. If you can bear it, think of these examples, but in a handful of cases, the second stab has proved to be the keeper. Yes, in a handful of cases. I mean, we did destroy everything else, but the odd time, we improve a bit. This is why it's never made sense to me that it was like, oh, the future's better. The more we go into the future, the better it is. It's like, what? Since when is advancing into the future being better? If anything, we found out that Hollywood is a lot like everything else in the world. As it gets older, it rots.
And they're going to boycott Disney?
They already are.
The rest of them is literally just giving examples of things that they think about it the second time. We have script notes. And you know the moment anyone's quoting Ava DuVernay, you've already lost the argument.
She's a snazzy dresser. She loves comic books.
We're reopening cinemas. Although with the quality of movies you're releasing, no one will be going to them. Even royalty must earn its keep. They got a $20 million Spotify deal and a $100 million Netflix deal, which ended in disaster because they never delivered on their promise. How is that earning their keep? They got thrown $120 million for nothing, and you're like, that just proves that this is good business. I honestly have no idea how Hollywood has made it this far when nobody in the industry seems to know anything about business. I can only assume it's just because there was so much money washing around that you could literally get any old mentally deficient nutter as CEO of a company and you'd have a success. I mean, this is an industry where Bob Iger can be a CEO. You might meet a celebrity. We've got the world's best bagels. That is literally one of your 50 reasons. Are you already running out of ideas? Oh, we make bread. Our cults of wellness. I have a feeling there was a bit more to this point the first time round they wrote it, implied by the dots.
Go ahead, kid. Fetch me some brine possum butter. Sprinkle it on my bum and make my gentle winds smell like cinnamon.
We get too much plastic surgery, but it's the best. Are you sure about that? Look, all I'm saying is recent controversy may have suggested otherwise. Much like the fashion topic, this is treated like we don't have eyes. You are the only people in the world that for some reason think having the fat sucked out your cheeks makes you look better. Yeah, we do turn ourselves into deranged aliens, but it's the best deranged aliens you can get. We know true crime. Yeah, that's because half of your city is full of criminals. Our red tape doesn't discriminate. What? Vanderpump Rules, Katie Maloney and Araya Maddox have seen the opening of their WeHo sandwich shop. There's so many layers to that. Firstly, the idea that they would set up a company called WeHo, and secondly, they're literally making me a sandwich. Whether you're trying to spend $20 million on a beach house, open a sandwich shop, or remodel your bathroom, the red tape involved in getting the building permits in Los Angeles can set your project back years. Why is this listed as a good thing? This is supposed to be 50 reasons we love Hollywood, and you're like, yeah, the government is crap, and it oppresses us, but we really like licking the boot because it doesn't discriminate.
It seems your stupidity is second only to your inability to control your temper.
Oh, well, I suppose as long as your leader is demented to everybody, that makes it so much better. I can't believe you wrote this as a point and thought, yeah, that makes us love this place. I just really enjoy that everybody else suffers as much as I do. You creepy weirdos. The top podcasts are here. Podcasts are digital. They could be anywhere. Podcasts are in-depth interviews that could be recorded remotely. None of them should be recorded here. That was my point. After all, when was the last time any Angelinos had a conversation for an entire hour? 50 reasons why we still love Hollywood. The people in Los Angeles are so thick, they can't even hold a conversation for an hour. These are the best things that the Hollywood Reporter could come up with. I have a feeling halfway down the page, they started quickly running out of ideas. It's like, actually, no, I hate this place.
Make it make sense.
If a conversation is going well enough to last 50 minutes, someone in the room will announce they're buying it. That would explain the low-quality entertainment that you've been producing. You are that desperate. We have a reservoir. Congratulations, you have drinking water. We've got a big wardrobe. Nothing is ever really dead here. Perhaps it should be. Like the careers of most of the people working there.
You're gonna make me beg, aren't you?
Mostly dead is slightly alive. Somebody's dad is there. Really scraping the bottom of the barrel, weren't you? Oh, I've got a dad! What does that say about the rest of Hollywood if you're bragging that you've got a dad?
Alternate title would be, as was joked about on set very often, just like dad issues. Daddy.
Some guy actually sits at a pub. Congratulations. Everybody hates us. When everybody hates you this much, you must be doing something right. We have one side thinking that we're all diversity inclusion obsessed tree hoggers, no lies detected, and others think we are avaricious white men who run the studios to exclude the alphabet diverse tree hoggers. Look, just because you have two people that accuse the opposite side of doing the same thing doesn't mean that one side isn't correct. I will never cease to be amazed by the astounding ignorance it requires to think that just because two people say something about the other side, both of them must be wrong. It is amazing. Like, I can't even understand basic arguments. And everyone says that there's nothing good on TV. That's because there isn't. This is the point. If everybody is saying there's nothing good on TV, and the people making it are going, no, this is good, have you ever considered that you need to change what you're doing? Earlier on, you said we give the people what they want, before realizing everybody hates us, and they all say, you're not giving us what we want, even though their main topic of conversation is telling each other what to watch. Yes. Nothing that you make. If somebody asks me for recommendations of what they should watch, I tell them a Korean TV show. Because the difference is they still have values and morals, which are human compared to Hollywood's, where the only thing you get is hateful people giving evil advice to bigots.
That's how I feel. What do you do? F Why?
When the only thing you get is people you wouldn't piss on if they were on fire telling you how much better they are than you are.
Dreams really can come true pretty fast, too.
There are no more movie stars and they keep saying actors are self-congratulatory blowhards. All this hate is fake. And yet you couldn't even come up with 50 reasons why you loved Hollywood. You had to start talking about bagels and somebody sitting in a pub. I will be watching a random YouTube channel that agrees with Hollywood ideologically, and they'll be talking about computers or something, and then out of the blue go, yeah, but, Marvel sucks. You can't even please the people who have the same values that you do. So pray tell, how are you going to make entertainment for people who think you're actively evil? Because Hollywood no longer knows how to make entertainment, and your actors don't even know how to talk to the audience. Oh, it's so important that people see my face! Because even in this article, you proved you have no idea how to fix things. You had someone saying that you were willing to amputate what was required in order to save the industry, but then you said, but we don't have an ego. When the real issue is, if you didn't have an ego, you would have listened to what the audience was telling you long ago and already amputated every single person that you were cramming into positions they didn't deserve to be in. But it's too late now. You can't just amputate an arm because the rot has gone through your entire industry. And when your leaders are people like Bob Iger, a guy who wouldn't know how to use a door if it didn't say pull on it, and when you had to stretch this far to come up with 50 reasons why you still love Hollywood, that you are listing that you make bread, I think you know it as well. But those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked the video, subscribe. More videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.